like we're getting a couple people in the chat. Feel free to type anything in the live chat. Right now I'm testing the signal strength here. It might be a little weak right here at the plant. Oddly enough, I do not see my live chat window on the screen, so let me pull it up on my tablet so I can make sure that's working. I see it on my tablet. For anyone watching, I am currently getting loaded with sand here at the plant in Buffalo. That siren you might have just heard means I need to pull up about a foot on the scale. The next siren means I need to stop. This is currently a new truck in our fleet, a Peterbilt. I believe this one is a 364 out of Canada. This one's extra fun because it's a smaller, I believe a 9-liter engine instead of the 11 or 12s we have in our other trucks. So that means it's underpowered. And when we leave the plant here, we got to go up a steep hill onto the Skyway. So I'm lucky to get about 19 miles per hour. I can maybe do about 45 miles per hour on the Skyway or on the 190. So at least I'm in a giant truck that people can't really miss or avoid seeing. So slow and steady operation. Come on, truck. They move us up about a foot and a half 3 different times while they're loading. You can imagine as the sand piles up in our dump truck style trailers. They just gotta move you forward a bit so it doesn't all pile up in one spot. Anyone watching, feel free to interact in the live chat. At least until they finish loading, it'll almost look like a photograph, except you can see the lights of the loader out there moving the sand. guy walking in front of my truck is going to be handing me my load sheet. Now that I'm completely loaded with sand, I need to pull just outside of our gate here. And I'll have to get out and close up my tarp so we don't lose all the sand we just loaded. So I will be back in about 2 minutes. I just got to go out here and close my tarp, and then we will be getting on the road. And then you can ride along with me while I haul this sand. I'm only going about 8 miles here to a local rail yard, but I will be right back. I am back. I see 5 of you have been patiently waiting for me. Take my gloves off, roll my window up, and we are off as soon as I turn my headlights back on. Skyway, I'll be lucky to be doing about 25. all the other vehicles are flying past me because they can. They're not hauling 108,000 pounds. Will start picking up on its own. I have to let off the gas on this truck as we will be making a right turn onto the first ramp. Just a reminder, we do have a live chat. So if you have any questions or comments, that's how you communicate them to me. You guys can hear me talking, but I can only see you typing. Doing a brisk 35 miles per hour. Through a dead spot for signal, but it says live again, so here we are. It will lighten up. Obviously, it's 6:52 a.m. here in Buffalo, so the sun is just starting to come up. On our way to the local rail yard where we deliver the sand from our trucks onto the trains. Once I get there in a couple of minutes, you'll be able to see the equipment they use. It's kind of like a buggy system, something you'd expect to see on the moon, but it's a conveyor belt type setup on wheels. All the sand will drop through a gravity-fed chute on our trucks, onto the conveyor belt, up onto the top of the train cars. Up to 50 miles per hour, since a lot of this is downhill and the weight is helping. It's a bit of a rodeo for me. I don't know how if that's showing on the camera or not. With all this weight, the truck pretty much just bounces around, riding a bucket Bronco. But it makes me roll. that by letting off the accelerator. Saves on brakes on semi-trucks, especially with all of our weight. Bring me down to about 20 miles an hour for this off-ramp. This one just has a yield sign and no traffic coming, so I can make it to the next curve, which actually brings us to a stop sign. Long trailer behind me, so I take it as wide as possible. Now that I've brightened my phone screen, I can see I have it, have you guys looking through the bit of salt spray on the windshield, so I might move that once we stop, give you guys a clearer view. Driving through a more residential neighborhood, getting towards where the rail yard is. Because we're heavier than most trucks, again, we're 108,000 pounds loaded, where most semi-trucks are only allowed to load to a combined weight of 80,000 pounds. We have to have special permits and a assigned route to be able to haul this weight. Those who are following along in the live chat, live stream, watching the video, please take a second to go ahead and like the video. I think YouTube will start sharing it or suggesting it to more viewers if they see that people are liking the video. And of course, we appreciate it. No metal detecting today because I'm at work. But at least around 8 o'clock, I need to take a break and call my local transmission shop. As the Ram truck, my personal truck that I drive, seems that it just had the transmission die out Saturday night. So I have to coordinate getting that towed from our place to the transmission shop and find out what bad news they want to share with me about how much that's going to cost. see a couple more of you joining the stream. Welcome. Today's adventure is just me hauling sand from downtown Buffalo at the processing plant. We get all that sand raw from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Once they deliver it to us in giant sand dunes via a huge ship, a giant boat, we process it. It goes through a giant plant to be dried out, filtered, and ends up looking like it's kind of dirty brown sand when we get it. By the time we're done with it, it almost looks like pure sugar. We dry it, bake it, filter it, do all that stuff to refine it. Then we load it up in these trucks, haul it about 8 miles to the rail yard. And this overpass we're climbing very slowly is actually going over all the train tracks, the big train yard here. I see it's a 2X. Welcome to the chat. You're our first chatter typer, whatever we call you people. Utilize the live chat, but that's the only way I can see that you guys communicate to me. You guys can hear me talking, hopefully. Hopefully the wind noise isn't too bad. I only got the window cracked about a quarter of an inch on the passenger side, but I know this 10-year-old semi-truck is also a bit rattly. This right-hand turn is always fun, as I need to basically hug the white line on my driver's side right now. I will probably wait for this last little hatchback car to move. Now it's clear for me to turn on a red, because I need to take most of the road to clear my trailer. Blasting you as we drive directly into the sun. It is currently 7:05 a.m. here in Buffalo, so it will be getting brighter. There's probably going to be a couple of trucks in line unloading. And as I said, I will move that placement of the phone so you guys aren't looking at the salt spray on the windshield there. pull up behind. Looks like I'll be the second truck in line. There's already one unloading. I will readjust the phone so you guys get a clearer picture of what's going on here. Now that buggy, let's see if I can do this before it's time to go over there. There we go, that's probably better. Looks like we got you out of the salt spray. They use hydraulic levers on the buggy to control each one of the four wheels is steerable and drivable, but they are lining up the chute of that Wilson buggy. It's like a giant, like a supermarket, the conveyor belt you use when they check out your food. This one's just adjustable. So we will be starting a new rail car. Right now they're out there with giant crowbars adjusting the chutes on the rail car. Good. Good. Now I just watch in my mirror for the hand signals when I have to stop. I pull my brake, and we'll be sitting here for just a couple of minutes. For the two of you watching, I can at least take it off of the mount here, show you guys. That's what I see in my mirror as they're just processing, cleaning probably the mud off my tires that went over this. But those are the trains we fill. That's more that buggy system that goes underneath my truck, runs the sand all the way up to the top of the rail cars to fill them. And each one of these rail cars will hold about 3 trucks worth of sand. And as soon as I hear the motor change on that, they'll actually start taking sand out of my truck. I can see it in the mirror, and it'll start coming out that chute. There you go. See if I can zoom in. Oh, too far. And that's what the machine does. Just takes the sand out of my truck, delivers it to the portholes, so they just have to line that equipment up. I can hear either the wheel or the bearings or whatever going on this machine. It's unhappy. because I guess they like to use sand instead of any actual grease. Let's see if I can get this remounted up here. Apologies for staring into the sun for a couple minutes here, but I cannot control the position of the sun as much as I try. For those of you watching, we appreciate all the subscribers, the viewers, the people that like the videos. All that kind of stuff really helps support us and our channel. I figured since I can't be out metal detecting today, I could at least bring you guys around for a couple hours on my live stream, show you what I do during my day job. And that raised highway up there, that is 190 north and south, just outside of Buffalo. We're only 8 miles away from downtown Buffalo. This is where we offload our sand. All those rail cars you see to the left, once they're loaded, they're going to be headed down to north central Pennsylvania, where this operation basically reverses itself. The train cars arrive down there full of sand. They use similar buggies to what we have up here to fill up. They're more semi-trucks, but they're different styles. They actually have a cube on it, like the shipping container trucks. They fill those little cubes, and those truckers drive them to the actual frac well site. And instead of offloading the way we're doing it here, they have giant forklifts. They'll take the loaded box, set that down, kind of like they stack them like Legos. And then they will grab an empty box that they've already drained and reattach that to the chassis trailer. So that person will take the empty back to its rail yard. It's local out there. It's about an 8-mile circle for them as well. And they just do that all day. So us local drivers here deliver the sand to the rail yard. The local drivers down there near the well site take the sand from the rail yard and deliver it to the actual well. But that's all part of our operation in getting this sand raw from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. That's close to Canada as you can get. We get it in Buffalo, we refine it, we deliver it to the rail yard. Rail yard delivers it to Pennsylvania, where they're doing all the natural gas fracking. And all this sand is used to, they shoot it down the drill holes about 2 miles down and a quarter mile in whichever direction they're going for the natural gas pockets. It gets mixed together with the type of oil they use, mineral oil, water, and this specialized sand. It's actually used to, when they fracture the ground, they inject this stuff into it, and it keeps the cracks open, allowing them to vacuum the natural gas out of the ground, so the cracks don't just seal back up under the weight of 2 miles of the earth. Something about the, I guess the freshwater sand is more of a round particle. Imagine like little tiny marbles. And when they inject that in, it allows them to keep the pockets and the fractures of the drill, the well hole, whatever you want to call it, open, which allows them to suck out the natural gas pockets from miles into the earth. So it's all precision operation. That sun is bright. If it's any consolation, I too am staring at the sun. I'm just waiting for them to finish offloading. And since they started on the first corner of the rail car, that means they will offload everything I have in my trailer directly into that chute, so I won't have to pull up. Probably in about a minute we'll be done offloading and we'll be driving here again. Let's see if I flip around. Then you guys could at least see me staring directly at the sun. I don't know how much that helps because of course there's the reflection of the sun. There we go. But again, I'm just waiting for them to finish offloading me. And I'll flip it around back to the other direction. This truck right here, you see this blistering sun ray. That's actually because there's an aluminum, what do they call it, a headage rack on the back of this tractor. It's supposed to be designed so, just like the name says, that if you had something in your trailer load or whatever fly forward, that would protect it from giving you a headache. But for you guys, unless I can block it with my head, even though that's awkward for me, that just shows you the reflection of the sun. For anyone else watching right now, are you also at work? Are you just enjoying time at home? I can do about those evil sun rays. If I flip the camera, you guys are staring directly at the sun. If I have it focused back at me while we're unloading, you guys see the reflection of the sun. But it sounds like I'm finally done offloading, so I will flip you guys around here. Because we will be driving here in a couple seconds. Right now they are closing the chute of my trailer. At least I thought they were. Maybe they were opening it wider just to get the last of it out of the trailer. And there goes one of our supervisor trucks. Those guys have a cushy job. Most of them, if they even hop in the F-150 supervisor trucks. Seems all they got to do is just go fill up the diesel tank that's in the pickup bed and then bring out some extra fuel for the Wilson machines here. Right now I see at least two fully loaded semis behind me. We will pass them because we're going to go do a loop around that overpass, around the pillars there. We come back the other direction and you'll see the other trucks being offloaded. I will keep you guys live. At least we'll get back to the plant to load again, because at about 8 o'clock I gotta make an important phone call. Now they were lowering the Wilson. I get the thumbs up to leave. So I pull my trailer over it. And we're off. At least once I turn around, and we won't be staring directly at the sun. It'll be a little clearer for you guys on the screen there. We are actually driving these semi-trucks off-road, and they do a horrible job of keeping these roads even remotely graded. Which is funny because we actually have all types of heavy equipment. Loaders, backhoes, giant commercial graders. getting out of the rail yard. The end of it is just up here a couple of feet away. And getting back on the pavement. Back into the, I guess this is still technically an industrial street here. We're heading towards the residential part of the neighborhood on our route. Right now I am empty, heading back to the plant to get reloaded with sand. Interesting thing about this truck, this is one of 3 that we just got recently set up, certified, put on the road for our fleet. We haul at 108,000 pounds, so heavy hauling, more than the majority of semis on the road. But this truck does not have an engine brake. If you hear the trucks, you've probably seen the sign saying like engine brakes prohibited. That's when the truck makes that like brah 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 sounding noise as it's slowing down. That's actually using the engine and the exhaust. It slows down the rotating parts of the engine, so you're mechanically slowing down and not just using friction material of your foot brakes, because you'd just burn them up and you wouldn't have brakes in a semi. So this truck does not even have that, so you have no brake assist, despite being 28,000 pounds heavier than a fully loaded semi. So definitely not a very smart purchase for the company, because that means other drivers who don't know how to drive a truck without the brake assist will be eating up the brakes quite frequently in this thing. This truck scoots along nicely, pulling the trailer when it's empty, but it is a dog when you got all that weight behind it. So we slow down, so we got enough space to stop without plowing into the school bus. We got a green light, we can continue again. my running lights, parking lights, whatever you want to call them, on. Helps me see little corners of the trailer when I'm watching in my mirrors. As you can see, it is houses galore here in a residential neighborhood. Probably all regretting purchasing a house this close to a busy road with all the semis that rattle up and down the road all day. Another wide right turn, terrifying this Buick owner as we get within inches of him. I don't have to, I just do that for fun. We take this road we're on all the way up to the on-ramp. It's only about a quarter mile away. And then we're on the highway for about 4 miles to downtown Buffalo. Where we will arrive at the processing plant to get another load of sand. That green arrow never stays green enough for me, so I signal the other oncoming vehicles that they can go ahead. Then I make my super wide left turn. And here we go, picking up speed to enter the highway. Great if the other cars also picked up speed. So I will enter at 40 miles an hour. This turn here, you'll start to see the modest Buffalo skyline. Downtown buildings and grain silos and all of that that are still in use. traffic has already picked up significantly here at 7:39 a.m. This truck, much like a freight train, takes a long time to stop, so I get plenty of space in front of me. In case other drivers want to get crazy with their driving activities, I gotta keep an eye out for that. By the hour, so I'm in no hurry. There is our tallest building in Buffalo, the Seneca 1 Tower. Way down. Even unloaded, we're about 35,000 pounds. So I take this turn at about 15 miles per hour because we will be coming up to a couple of stopped vehicles on a red light at the end of the curve, and they prefer me not to run into them as much as we would all enjoy it. And this begins the transition from the off-ramp onto the Skyway, the next road that brings us to the sand plant where I get the next load. Right here, we're in the heart of downtown Buffalo. We make a loop around that big, the tallest building, the Seneca 1 Tower. Follow the lake shore of Lake Erie. But we're only about a mile away from the plant right now. So you'll see some nice scenery as we get close to the plant. Out there looks pretty calm today, which is nice. It's been crazy waves, lots of wind the past couple of days. In the distance there, I don't know if you guys can see them on the screen, but we got those giant wind turbines, probably about 20 of them all lined up together. Steam to the left, that is the plant we are heading to. That's just steam from the furnaces that heat up and dry out the sand. So it's just baking out the water, the moisture out of the sand. Slow way down to come to a stop here. Nobody coming, so I make a wide left under the tunnel. Slowly cross over. And here is where I will stop in front of the gate to go open my tarp so I can receive another load of sand. So for all 142,000 of you guys watching the live stream, I will be back in about 2 minutes after I open up the tarp on my trailer. So I will see you and you'll be able to hear me in just 2 minutes. Those of you who have missed me dearly, I have returned. My tarp is open on my truck, so I will enter the plant. This is how we gotta do it. We make a big wide left-hand turn. so I can bring the trailer behind me straight and then back it up onto the scales behind me, which is where they both weigh the trailer as they fill us full of sand, so they know we can't go over our 108,000 pound permitted capacities here. I like to roll the window down so I can hear the screams of terrified people running away. Or the crunches of the pickup trucks that park too close behind me. We are pretty lined up there. That's about as far as I go back. There's currently a truck getting loaded on the scale behind me. Once he finishes up, it will be my turn. You might be able to just see that loader. They come through here, they grab a scoop of the raw sand over there. They bring that up, fill up the giant plant behind me. Right now I'm just watching in my mirror as the truck gets off the scale. He's going to pull around to my left side. Once he clears the route behind me, I can then back onto the scale. This is always fun because, of course, we're putting a long semi-trailer onto a scale that only has about 6 inches of clearance on either side, so you got to be really good at backing up. I happen to be the best at it because I'm the best at everything. That little siren tells me I have backed up enough. So I roll my driver's side window up. And right now they will be loading about 3 piles worth of sand into our trailers. It's a giant hopper trailer. Just picture an upside down triangle. As they make the 3 peaks in the trailer, once they finish one, I'll hear a little siren. It'll tell me to pull up about 18 inches. They'll sound the siren again when they want me to stop. That happens consecutively until they have 3 piles worth, and they've achieved the maximum weight, including our truck. They call it the gross combined weight rating of 108,000 pounds. That'll be about 70,000 pounds of sand loaded in my trailer. I keep seeing a few people pop into the stream. Hello and welcome. Feel free to say hello, good morning, whatever you like to say in the live chat. The more you guys type, the more other people type. There, that white truck is our plant manager, I believe. There's our first beat, so I move up about 18 inches. Stop again, pull my tractor brake, and wait for the next siren. There is the second siren. Move up another 18 inches. Neutral. tractor brake. And we'll keep you guys on the live stream here for about 10 more seconds, as it's 8 a.m. and I need to make a phone call to the transmission shop. So thanks for tuning in. Please remember to like, subscribe, comment, all those wonderful things. And if we get a little more exciting today, I'll turn the live stream back on. So right now, this is Cody signing out.